Today we have a MacBook Air M1 that has liquid damage and we're trying to get the date off and let's see if we can fix it. We took a look at the top case and the keyboard looked alright and the screen looked alright, but we'll see when we get it fixed if everything is functioning properly and all that. First we'll take out the 4 PL screws from the bottom of the bottom case. Now, the MacBook Air M1, the bottom case is really easy to come off, so you just grab it right here and then pull it off. And then we can inspect it for liquid damage, and it looks like it is a little bit dirty. It has some sort of sticky residue on the heatsink. Let's get the battery disconnected right away so we can clean it up with some alcohol and see if maybe that will help, and then inspect it for further liquid damage to see if it's going to be something that we can repair. We'll grab out our toothbrush and some isopropyl alcohol and then just spray it upon the board and also the heatsink and hope that we can get it a little bit cleaned up with that sticky residue on the board and such. And I recommend that sometimes you unscrew all the connectors and everything and then brush it off. But I just wanted to do a light cleaning to it before I get into in-depth cleaning. So we'll let this evaporate and then we will move on with the repair and see if we find any further liquid damage than what we can see here. While I was cleaning it, I noticed that there might be some corrosion over on the top left side where the power button Touch ID is at and the auxiliary port, and you wouldn't be able to power it on if this is broken, so we'll take a closer peek at this and see if we see any corrosion. And you can kind of see it there on the side, and let's move the camera a little bit closer so you guys can see it. There it is. You can see that blue stuff on the top left, and we're gonna get this unscrewed and see what we find out underneath it. And there is some corrosion, and it looks like this connection is charred up and it had a short, so that means it probably actually lit on fire a little bit inside the computer, and the cable and the auxiliary port have to be replaced. The Touch ID and power button have a little bit of damage, but it looks like that's going to be something that could be cleaned off and reused, so Touch ID wouldn't be broken forever. If we replace that button, Touch ID would be gone forever. So we're hoping that isn't the case in this one. We waited about a week for the parts, and we needed the auxiliary port and also the power button in case we need it, and the flex cable in between the logic board and that. So we'll have to take out the logic board. So let's unscrew everything that we need to, which is everything except for the full trackpad. But we'll get these all unscrewed. We'll use a T3 screwdriver for all the screws over with the brackets on them, and a T5 screwdriver for all the black screws that are holding down the board. I'm going to speed this part of the video up. Please subscribe to my channel if you would like to see more content like this. And also I have tons of other videos. I make a lot of fun short videos, and I also make some fun long form videos. So just subscribe to my channel so you can check that all out. Now for the important part, we want to inspect the logic board on the back side for any damage. And it looks like there's no damage to the board. Woohoo! That means we're most likely going to be able to fix this. And this is something that Apple would say that it isn't repairable. And no, we can't help you get your data off. And that's something I'm going to help this customer do. Retrieve all their precious photos and everything, which is priceless to some people. If your MacBook occurred liquid damage and you need help getting your data off, you can email me, mark@worthitRepairs.com, or you can join my Discord. And in my Discord, if you prepare to repair it yourself and you want to send me photos of your successes, join my Discord channel in my description below, and we can talk it up, or we can help you fix your MacBook and help you diagnose it. So thank you for watching my video. We'll get this headphone jack port removed, and it's a T5 screwdriver and a T3 screwdriver to get it removed. Then you can lift it up and pull it out. We're going to take a look at it and see how bad the liquid damage is. And you can see there is definitely corrosion on there. A board repair might be able to fix it, but the easiest way to fix it is get the replacement parts and then put it in to see if you can get it to power on. And we're almost to that point. We just got to get the logic board put in. If they do want to end up repairing it and using the laptop, I think that they would want me to do a full sonic wash and a whole cleaning, because the 5G antenna or the Wi-Fi antenna is a little bit dirty. It might not work, or it could cause internal damage if it wasn't cleaned up properly. So I'm mostly certain that they're going to want to get data off, because I'll show you at the end of the video. Aha, my favorite part of the MacBook Air M1, laying the motherboard, because it's a lot easier than the MacBook Pros. There aren't so many connections in the way, and then you just stick it in to the right side and then lay it flat on the left side. Push all the connections out of the way, of course, but at least there aren't too many, where on the MacBook Pro there are way too many, and it's a lot harder to place the logic board. This video has been a great adventure here. I really think it's going to work. I'm not quite sure if it's going to work just yet, but we'll get all the parts installed and see if it works. Now we get to see if it's worth it, because we'll power it on. It's not going to turn on until we plug it in. So we'll plug it in and see if it turns on. And it's worth it! We'll find out if we can get all the data off still, though. It's not completely worth it until it fully turns on. Thank you for watching my video. It ended up working in the end, and we're able to get the data off. Please like and subscribe.
It's your turn.